All right, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Oh my god, what a night of CSGO it is about to be. For those that are tuning in for the first time and wondering what the hell is going on, I want to welcome you guys to the Collegiate Star League. Tonight we have Collegiate CSGO about to go live. I'm Cheesehead Logic. Joining me tonight is Mr. Joey Jzook. And hey, I know, right? And we have only one best of one to show you tonight, which is going to be Concordia versus Arizona. Our previous match, we're not going to worry too much about it. We had a bit of a patching situation, a bit of a school scheduling situation, but we're kind of past that, and we're going to try to get over this hump of this patch and everything that's going on, and we'll have a little bit of time to talk about that as well today. But playoff implications are on the line. Joey, break it down for us, this match that's about to go live even. Ooh.
Yeah, and it looks like Concordia is starting CT side here on Inferno, which is exactly what they need. They are the players that have a chance of making it in the playoffs. Arizona tonight gets to play that notorious spoiler role, and you know, if they win this, they actually are going to ruin Concordia's chance of making it into that third seed. So that's what is on the line, getting that last seed for their group, and in turn making it into playoffs. So, like I said, Arizona really doesn't have much to gain, but Concordia with everything to lose this match.
Yeah, definitely, no doubt about it. And at least we're getting to see it on a pretty good map, a fairly familiar one for most players, I would assume. And did we miss the knife round already?
Yeah. So Concordia won it.
I'm like, that's kind of not fair. I'm like, they're walking around with Glocks. I'm like, that's kind of BM. I was like, what's going on right now?
Exactly. And well, they already made a lot of pressure here towards Apps, Arizona. U of A, they're already just pressuring that mid, catching a rotate already from Concordia, and this could be the perfect play. They're already falling back to Banana, and there's only one man here anchoring it, so it's really all up to two-step. The Eastinger man himself, he goes for the USP taps, he's not hitting his first shot, only lits 1T, and he's about to go down. 50 HP, gets one to kill on his way down, so a little bit of a compromise, but still fast on the retake as Bloody grabs one, falls back here into construction. He's looking for another one, but Retro Pokav able to trade nice one tap here onto XTF. And the two-man retake here from construction, they can't even get the bomb down. They got the site single-handedly. It's all up to Retro. Finds the first kill, drop down to 14 HP. Not a lot he can do. He's going to try and wrap around and catch him off from unconventional position, but Bad Wolf already set up to get it, takes him down, and wow, considering they had only one man on B site, Concordia did a great job at recovering.
Yeah, no, fantastic retake. I mean, you can only, I mean, being in what, two steps position, you can only do so much, taking 5 people on with a USP. So great job delaying, getting a pick off right there, and obviously great retake at the very end. Now, looking at some of the teams as we're kind of going through right now, we're looking at Concordia. They're 6-6 on the season so far. They went 3-4 in the first half. And then they're having kind of an up and down second half. Took out Mount Royal, lost to Georgia, beat New York, beat Kansas State, lost to Illinois. So, and they have a pretty easy potential match in Week 14. So a win tonight here could maybe seal their playoff fate just by the fact that they're playing a fairly easier university coming into Week 14. So already a 1-0 lead. But I mean, again, my general question always for our gameplay is, in terms of Inferno, is it a CT-sided? Is it T-sided? Which do you prefer? Which do you like, man?
Yeah, definitely, one of the most notorious CT-side maps, especially given the use of smokes and Molotovs. Although the time update has made it a little better, and here comes the spray down. Here's that smoke I'm talking about. 50 seconds on the clock. Yeah, he throws a smoke down. They're forced to rush through it, or just basically commit to like you have to win your aim battles right away if you don't commit through that smoke. So even with the new times, people are just figuring out new creative ways to stall the terrorists, and I don't think it's really fixed much. I don't think the 155 round timer really changed a lot. Oh, and we're actually playing with the old set, which I prefer. So
yeah,
I think we're going to see a lot of tournaments actually fall back to this timer, because there's really not a lot of benefit. You're seeing a lot more diffuses come in that really shouldn't be able to. So yeah, that extra 5 seconds and 10 seconds on the round time is a little too much.
It could be, definitely, potentially. Well, we have Lucid Truth holding down the apartments really nicely right through the halls. Ends up taking 2 with the FAMAS. Looking to hunt one more of the Concordia Stingers down there, and it looks like that is going to be Shadowclaw. hanging out at the bottom. Does he have any support with him? Where's his other teammate? Oh, he's out by, what do you call it? Like that little carriage area.
Yeah, great question. I have a hard. I call it haystack.
Haystack.
But,
there we go. There we go.
But
that makes sense. Yeah.
often people will misunderstand that, and oddly enough, in games.
That's not a bad call though. That I feel like I've heard that before, but it's like one of those spots that I don't hear enough. Usually, it's like either apartments or you hear that alt mid call.
Right.
Exactly. In between. Well, round 3 already, Concordia up 3-0, and they're playing a little bit more, Arizona's playing a little bit more passive coming into this round and looking to maybe get some pickoffs, and that might be a thing. I mean, again, we don't know really too much about Arizona. We don't know if they've got the shooters, the ability to take one-on-ones and aim duels all over the place. It looks like, though, Concordia pretty comfy with just settling where they're at. They're not moving around too much, and I think that's how you should play. I mean, Inferno, there's no reason to really overreact, overstack. There's a lot of retake opportunity. The angles are pretty good for CTs, so we'll see here what they decide to go with.
Yeah, I actually was lucky enough to cast a game of theirs, and I do recall Retro, XTS, and I believe Elements were very grounded players. They were willing to bide their time and take the aim battles at the appropriate moments instead of kind of forcing the issue that you see a lot of newer teams do. So they seem to have at least like a personal foundation. It's just a matter of whether there's that team influence that they've had while playing together for a lot longer than the last time I've seen him. I expect that XTS, he's going to be the first man rushing in a truck, biding his time as Lucid Truth gets the first spray down. He's still stuck here in Balk, unable to fall, gets kind of stuck, and Toodle's able to trade, so they're actually going to get control here of the A-site, but the CTs are so fast on the rotate. Bad Wolf pushing into sight when he's so low on HP. Scrawny still holding here from Library, so still in an advantageous position here as Concordia. Arizona, they have to defend perfectly, unable to. It's up to Tool Noodles. 1-on-2, he almost gets the spray down, and actually almost a TK as well here from Scrawny, so a little misplay, and had he maybe just peaked a second earlier, he could have actually won that round pretty convincingly.
Yeah, not bad at all. Well, 4 lead for Concordia right now, and for those that are tuning in again for the first time to the Collegiate Star League and wondering, hey, what is going on here? Is this, Collegiate CSGO? What is happening? It is Collegiate CSGO. It is a 14-week season split into 2 7 halves. First half of the season was to reseed the divisions due to obviously the potential strength of schedule for some of the divisions originally. So with the more balanced schedule in the second half, it will of course be reflected on their playoff seeds. And this is an interesting story coming into today while they're kind of slowly playing it out. Ooh, good pick by Scrawny. But Arizona is one of those rare cases. Even though they're 7-4 with a decent record, they're actually out of playoffs right now. They're out of playoffs because they went 6-1 in the first half in the fall, but then they sort of slipped a little bit in the second half. They've only gone 1-3 so far. And with obviously a potential K-State result, we're uncertain, but they're not looking really good for a playoff spot right now, which is really surprising. And again, this is one of those things that was really nice about the schedule shifting with the season, because Arizona could have been in that weaker division in West 3. They weren't in the West 1, West 2 division with all the UC, Irvines, the UC Davises, UC Berkeley's, the UCLA's. Shout out to Will, who's broken right now, unfortunately.
Yeah, the new update killed a lot of AMD users, so...
I'm pretty sure, yeah, like, Volvo was just like, activate order, 66, just Will's computer went down today.
He was so happy, too.
He was so happy. He's like, I love Nuke, and then just disconnects and everything breaks. I hate this patch. I'm like, oh, God.
It went from like Will's best day of the week to his worst in a matter of 5 minutes. Just insta crash for most AMD users, it appears. Yeah. So unfortunate, consequences of Valve updates. They tend to have a bug or two, or there's the common saying, they fix one bug and 2 more appear. So just Counter-Strike updates for you, and I'm sure there'll be a soft patch in the next day or two.
Song, right? You know that coding song? 99 code errors on the code or whatever.
99 errors.
Take one down.
Yeah, take one down. 105 errors.
Yeah, exactly.
So true, dude. That's exactly what it's like. for any of these games. Like
Yeah.
Dota, CS. I don't know if Hearthstone has it, but I'm sure they have their fair share of stuff.
Every
Blizzard
game
is known for having some. I think every developer is going to get crap no matter what they do. So,
well, looking back in the game right now, Arizona getting shut down on A side through mid right now. Lots of smokes, lots of delays, kind of preventing them
It's
from going
B
on. So
now.
they're deciding to go to B. Yeah. So 3-on-2 situation here potentially. It's going to be up to two-step to hold him up a little bit longer. Misses the first shot. Going to try to hit the shit. Looks like he got a little bit of the spray. Gets the bomb. 2 down. Scrawny with the off from the other side. And now, unfortunately, back by Sandbags over here, we have Shadow Claw. Not in a great position. He'll have to maybe get a pick if he can, but good peek right there from Bloody, keeping an eye out on that corner. So 5-0. Clean rounds right now from Concordia. They're not having a lot of trouble, really. I mean, they haven't really been tested outside of that one bomb plant that we've seen.
Yeah, they're definitely winning a lot of their engagements, and I like the confident plays they start out with right off the bat. A lot of pushes towards apartments, getting information from alt mid. Even the banana players are going for some engagements pretty early round, which could start getting red as some nade stacks. In fact, here comes a molly stack onto car. It's going to scare them off from banana, which they've been taking early round pretty consistently. And now they're going to go for an aim engagement. He has a nade out, gets caught off guard. Smoke is going to go down, and well, that's going to put Bloody in a great situation. He's behind the smoke now, so even if they push it, he's guaranteed at least a kill or two from this position.
Yeah, that's a tricky position sometimes, especially when they... I mean, again, usually when you see a lot of smokes flashes coming through, the T's are rushing through pretty quick. They tend to forget that little...
Bloody. Overcommitting. He actually gets a teammate, or Elements allows him to get one of his teammates, so... Gonna get a lot of flack for that one.
Yeah, I was like, well, it's like, would you appreciate a teammate just like running in through there right there? It's like, man, we're holding the site really well. I don't know.
Exactly. 2-step, staying alive, doing it. Oh, almost getting another 2K, but hey, at the very least they have the site. Bad Wolf, he's gonna commit to this engagement pretty early in the round, trying to find Elements here from Nubox. He's not gonna commit to the peek. He looks like, yeah, he's shoulder peeking, trying to bait out a shot. He does get the bait he wanted, but that's gonna drop him low. He's forced to peek right, and well, meets his fate thanks to Lucid Truth, and that's going to be a 7-0 lead. It's looking very dominant, especially from players like Scrawny. Actually, in fact, every player has not died more than 2 to 3 times at most. So, but 10-1 right now on Scrawny. Pretty insane.
What a shot! What a shot! Vac. That's what we need, more Vac calls.
Back in the chat for standard ska moves.
Back in the chat.
Yeah. Well. They're at that point where they can buy every round. Looks like they're going to have, all the utilities in the world. Molotov smokes. At least they got the bomb plant down, so they don't have to buy Galils this round. And, well, it's up to Concordia to really make a mistake at this point. And it seems like they have been giving openings. Pushing Banana by themselves. Bloody kind of giving a chance. Still able to get a kill, even though they were set up in a crossfire. So there's some... pretty large misplays coming in by the T's. Yeah, they're even spamming through smokes at this point, so no fear right now to Concordia. They have full map control and know exactly where Retro is. Drop some perfect peek from Scrawny. He's going to get the headshot on Mexico as well, so double kill here from Scrawny. He's just playing mid to perfection, and he is not getting tested at all. Finally, Elements going to peek here from T-Ramp and try and find a little bit of life for his team. Goes for the spray through the smoke. Not able to get anything. So yeah, mid control just being dominated. Bad Wolf maybe overcommitting now, trying to find a peek, and that could be the opening now for Arizona.
Yeah, they might be able to sneak up into apartments. Lucid Truth, though, is sitting there pretty closely, so he'll hear if anybody comes on through, and it looks like XTC is going to be that man. Oh, he'll have to watch his back. Actually, because he's walking, Lucid might not know about this just yet. Finally hear some footsteps. Going to rotate on through, and yep, now that the bomb is planted, they definitely know it's on A site. Players rotating over.
He's getting flanked, though. Lucid, he's in a great position, but he doesn't know he's getting flanked, so he has to make a play now. But he gets caught off guard. Elements, so thorough to clear apps, and, well, he missed his window there. Scrawny now, trying to play the one-way smoke here at Moto. He's just going to walk through, and this could be a huge play right now. Graveyard player's going to hear that scope in, so they're going to be wary now of it. Shadowclaw, he doesn't see him crossing over. No way. He is just getting by. Scrawny, he's in Graveyard, grabs the pick, and, well, no time for anything. So if he can get this kill, he can definitely save his op. Unfortunately, he's unable to. So it'll be XTS in this case, saving his AK in the back of pit. And, well, first round for University of
Hey,
Arizona.
congrats, right? Hey,
Hey,
got the
much
first round.
needed.
It wasn't pretty. It was not pretty.
Hey, but it worked, right? They snuck right through
Yeah,
apps. XTS got right by Lucid Truth, and, well, the thorough play of elements to clear through Boiler and catch him off guard was pretty much what won the round. They had no flank anymore, and it was up to an Opper to retake from Arch side, and that never goes well.
Well, as I mentioned last round, due to all the winning that they've been doing earlier, they have a lot of money, so already a quick another full buy for them. And Scrawny missing the pick there at middle. And once again, looks like Arizona's going to hang out for the positional game, going to try to see if that they could get some picks. But they have to be careful because all they're playing with is AK. They don't have any long-range rifles, so sometimes these challenges have made it kind of concern me, these positional battles. But I do like the slow play towards B. I think with the guns that they have, if they could set up a nice little smoke setup, they could definitely do some damage. But once again, oh, bloody! I was about to say, could he get the pick? No. Retro gets the first blood right there this round.
Yeah, and thanks to the disconnect from Bad Wolf, they're gonna have. Whoa! Did he just crater Lucid? I think Lucid was lit and dropped off balcony, so dies into pit, and well, that's gonna be a pretty huge opening. Not only did they get the disconnect and a first pick, there's a self-inflicted crater, and well, now they're just gonna charge here onto A side. It's up to the number one man, Scrawny, looking for the first pick, able to find it, traded out instantly by Toodle Noodles, and well, finally they're gonna start to get the back-to-back consecutive wins, so this is going to be great for their economy if they can keep all four of these men, and well, we're going to probably see a pause as Bad Wolf tries to reconnect in this next round, so we have a little bit of time to, chit-chat. And
well, I want to say, I don't want to call like this round a fluke, but obviously with, like you mentioned, the crater death, the disconnect, puts them like in an awkward position where just numbers game doesn't really work out for them too well. I think with another full live, everybody reconnects, they're going to be in a much better position to do it again. But Arizona looking to take back-to-back rounds, so it is a start. Again, CSGO is also a momentum-based game. If you're feeling it, it's a confidence factor, right? Like if you're feeling it, if you're winning, you're hitting shots, there's just kind of like that it factor. It could definitely set up some good rounds here in the future. But as you see, guys, we have paused really quickly. Going to wait for our fifth and final player to reconnect. For those who don't know, guess what? New patch is live. Nuke is back. Santorini is in. We got all awesome stuff going on.
Tulip, everyone's favorite.
Yeah, you're just like, what's Tulip doing in there? I'm just like, what is Tulip? I'm just like, oh, that's a map. I'm like, all right, then.
I just connected to the casual servers. I wanted to play like Nuke against people, right? You'd think you'd go to the new operation and everyone would play Nuke. But nope, they voted for Tulip, so
all right.
I quickly disconnected out of there.
Well, obviously, since we all got a chance to kind of dick around on Nuke for a little bit, what are your first impressions on it? I guess the overall like new paint job, then kind of how the site.
Yeah, I mean aesthetics are great. It has that here. Can you hear the storm outside my window? By the way, I just wanted to clarify.
I cannot. My CPU fan
okay.
is like rolling. I've got like in-game knife switching between guns. Like yeah, you're goofy.
All right, yeah, because there's like a storm going on. It's like hurricane weather right now. It's like hot but stormy. Regardless, new Nuke. So. Aesthetics look cool. It's the new season train type aesthetics that we've kind of come to like and expect. Very clean look. A lot of the sites are a lot more open than we're used to. So they feel open because of the new art style. They've kind of expanded it aesthetically, so even B feels huge, but they've changed a lot. So first off, B site. We'll just start there. Everyone's very familiar with that. They've taken Toxic, moved it across from double doors to across to the right. So it has a window. You can basically clear Toxic without even opening the door. So that's an interesting. And then they brought back the 1.6 nuke, where there's a secret door that connects all the way to vents, and it continues and goes to pretty much where the old Toxic was. So the Toxic has a different utility now, and more of a back door. You could have some flanks coming in. I'm sure Get Right will be playing that a ton on retakes, and he'll be just destroying people with locations like that. So straight away, B sites changed a lot. Also now there's only one vent, So there's not two openings anymore. There's only the one opening to
Well,
vent.
the vent is interesting too as well because it's like it's a snake vent now. Because most people that are familiar with Nuke, you'll remember that you'll pop both events. They drop down and they both lead to two open paths. But it starts off on the A side, like on the upper right side, and then you drop down, and then you have to walk across like to where the left vent would have been, and that's where it opens up on the B side. So it's like a bit of a snake too as well. So it's not just like a straight down opening. I kind of found that really interesting.
Yeah, it's cool because what it does is it makes it so you can drop down to vent without revealing your position. So as before, if you drop down, they could see you drop left or right side. Often you could still survive without dying, but it gives that lack of information now to T's on holding a retake or CT's defending a site. So it kind of goes both ways. I actually didn't get enough time to see if the vents still connect back halls, or did they
Yes,
take that out as well?
they do.
It does. It does. Okay. So yeah, I didn't get to tour that part of B. So yeah, a
The,
lot
the,
of
the big difference for that one to know for those that are listening, the back halls area is basically the replacement for that second vent getting taken out. That's the other access area that that Jay Zilk was talking about at the very start. So rather than having that toxic straightforward, the toxic got moved to the right, and to the left there's a new doorway opening that goes into the back of hall. So there's two entrances if you go through. If you go through the back, that's mini, right?
Yeah, wait. So, well, that's going to need a new call. The new back hall.
The new back hall, because there's two entrances now through the back hall to get to B site rather than just one. So.
Right. So there's the double doors
Actually,
near
three.
control.
It'd be three because
And ramp, and ramp,
and ramp. Yep.
or four if you count vent. Right.
Well,
Lots. But yeah.
Vent, door, window, and that new back hallway opening. Yeah, that would be a total of 4.
And ramp. And ramp. If you're counting
And ramp,
control
that's right.
window.
Yeah, it would be 5. It'd be 5 different openings. God,
yeah,
that's
definitely.
That's gonna be a fun site for retakes. Are you kidding me?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
lots
my
of
God.
options. Definitely lots of options, and well, it could be just as good for terrorists that can
Yeah.
get secret control early, right? They have so many options to get on the site, so the person playing from ramp can no longer just play those safe angles where all they really have to do is watch for the cross onto site and watch vents. Now someone can come through that back door. I'd just call it old toxic because it's kind of in the same location. If you're kind of used to looking straight ahead as you come out on the site from double door. So definitely a lot of differences on B site. Moving to A site, it did retain a lot of its old features. Your biggest notice are just going to be the aesthetics part. So there's kind of a ramp that goes onto the plateau, a new plateau on site where you plant, right next to the marshmallow or silo. There's marshmallows everywhere on this map, let me tell you.
The cool thing I noticed about the new silo is you don't need a boost anymore to get up there.
Yeah.
And again, you didn't technically need a boost to get up there in the first place, but
right.
now
But you don't have to hit
is
this strafe
so,
anymore.
Yeah, now it's so easy to get up there. It's like no challenge at all. Just basically, it's a standard.
It's a
simple
straight jump. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they added ladders everywhere, you will notice. So instead of having to hop up on a bunch of boxes to get to T-roof, there's a ladder. There's a ladder now on top of Mini that takes you to Catwalk, the outside Catwalk. So that used to be a run jump that you had to do. And, well, anyone who's seen the famous Get Right run boost, where he gets the falling Tech 9 kill, will probably remember that moment, remember that run boost. Definitely one of the most insane moments, just falling out of the air, hits a perfect headshot with the Tech. Definitely some RNG in his favor, but yeah, no longer you need to do that run boost to get on Cat, so it's kind of changed the dynamic a lot for T-side. A lot more individual plays can come into fruition, which will, like I said, probably make it a little more T-sided at first. But for all we know, there's going to be a ton of exploits. I already saw there was a pixel walk. I never got to watch the YouTube video, but all the memes about Fnatic taking that down. So, we'll see some interesting stuff, I'm sure, at first as patches come in and new little fixes. But yeah, overall, I like it. I like the aesthetic. I like the open feel. I just think we're just going to have to bide our time and see exactly what's going to come out of it, because it could go either way. It could still be 15-5 or whatever, 11-4 CT
just
side.
alone with the new elements, I feel like we're going to have interesting retake play on that map, especially when it comes to B.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be that much different. I think A is actually going to become a little bit of a lamer site to try to attempt to take. But a lot of times, like with A, I think the issue was it was such a quick take that it was, and with so many areas, it was like really hard to contain and control. Now with less, events, less places to work with for entry points to that site, it's not going to be utilized as quickly or as much. I would at least initially believe. But in terms of like the silo changes and B, you're going to see quicker action. It's going to be a lot more entertaining, more options as well for T side. So, and I think that's the most important part, just because it was such a heavy CT sided map. So
Exactly. Yeah, and there's some changes too to outside, whereas previously you could boost yourself on top of one of the red containers or on top of the railings towards CT spawn. You could kind of hold an off angle and catch terrorists off guard as they push past T red. And now they put a box on top of that. So it looks like it blocks a lot of vision as a CT. So if you're holding from outside and trying to stop that secret push, you're going to have to be a lot more creative with your peeks. Whereas prior, you were able to get away with kind of playing some lazy off angles and not really getting punished by it too easily. You could fall back very quickly to hell in various locations that allowed you to be kind of sneaky. And I don't think that's going to be as prevalent anymore. I imagine there's going to be a lot more one and done positions outside where you really have to hit your shots or else you're out. And before, you kind of had a lot more leeway. And so I think that's going to help a lot for terrorists. They can make smoke plays into secret. And, well, there's also a new boost. So a lot of you probably remember it took 3 man to boost up to heaven. So it was very popular by NIP and TSM, XTSM, now Astralis. They would, anytime they were given outside, they would boost 1 terrorist up into heaven. And prior, that was a 3-man boost. So you had to boost 2 guys up the first roof, and then from there he would boost another guy up. And now they've added a little AC unit on top of the first roof, which means it's only a 2-man boost now. Obviously, you still have to run and kind of give away your position, but it's still not that big of a deal considering that's 1 less person, and that allows you a lot more options on, let's say, a 2v3 and a 2v4. You can really catch people off guard by boosting them up there. So I think that's going to be utilized a lot more, the boosts onto heaven, and I think there's just a lot more options now as a terrorist if you're getting that outside control, whereas before you really only had 1 or 2 solid choices, and now it's kind of opened it all up and really just, changed the meta, in my opinion. There's going to be a whole new series of expectations when it comes to the new DE nuke.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be fun. I mean, you I'm just like, I'm not going to reiterate everything you say. You covered it really well. So yeah, I think it's just going to be a really fun map to play on. Obviously,
Great.
everybody's going to wait for pros to utilize it and see how it's played out. And as I said, B is going to be the side I'm going to look at. Very curious to see how it's going to be taken, especially coming from the outside in. B, I think the ramp will be pretty close, similar to what we saw beforehand, but coming from the outside, it's going to be definitely a new game there. Now there are other maps too as well. My one, I was really excited. Santorini, yeah, I think it was a cool map, and looking at it, especially towards A side, there's going to be some nice little changes there in terms of opping ability and kind of quick early engagements. It's going to be a fairly fast-paced map. I think it's a lot smaller than some of the bigger ones that we've seen, so games should go a lot quicker. But there are so many under canals and tunnels and all over the place that
it's really cool. I think it's a dynamic map. It gives you a lot of choices.
The design of it is beautiful. Like, in terms of just map design in general, it's a really beautiful map design. Like, I really, really like it, and just the aesthetics of it are even better than most maps.
even the geometry, like the playability, is very clean. Like, there aren't a lot of things hanging out in stupid, nonsensical trees and bushes. Which, no offense to Valve, their map design is not as clean as the FM Pones and the people that have been making maps for your game for 15 years. They know that adding stupid flower pots at mid is stupid.
Hey guys.
And it's just a distraction. So
Was that what?
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I see that you guys are still on the pause, so I don't actually need to watch the game to contribute.
oh yeah, what's up, man?
What's up,
Welcome
man?
to the
Hey,
podcast.
Joining us is William What's Wrong, aka Hey, I gotta test nuke. Hey guys, I crashed, aka Hey, I'm not gonna be able to cast tonight.
Oh, and we're on pause. So what's your thoughts on nuke in 5 seconds or less?
All right, yeah, give us your thoughts on nuke, man.
5 seconds or less?
No,
That is entirely
give us a
changed,
small
man.
break. Give us a small breakdown. We got like a minute in game.
Okay, well, Nuke used to be my favorite map, and the reason why it was so CT-sided was because of the rotation times for CTs. It was, since it's a vertical map, it's kind of unique in that sense. Same reason why Overpass is very CT-sided. But then the other reason was, when you peek as a terrorist, there was just such a big advantage for the CTs on the angles that you could hold. So they got rid of a lot of those angles. They made a lot more, I guess, T-side kind of strategies viable, just the way the map is shaped. But we'll see how it actually plays out once the smokes and the strats actually come out. We'll see if it's actually more T-sided than they've said. But I would still expect. Honestly, I would still kind of expect some kind of CT-sidedness. More, not just the 12-3 that we're used to.
Yeah, I agree. Well, don't mean to throw you off, but we are back in game and running. So thank you for your analysis of Nuke.
Hey
Hopefully
guys,
we'll
have
get
fun.
everything fixed and we'll get you
Peaceful.
back in casting on Saturday.
Yeah, hopefully they fix your AMD problems. And well, maybe we had one of the players with it, right? We had a disconnect from Bad Wolf, so
Yep.
perhaps he's feeling the pains of it as well. Hopefully not. Hopefully we're back into the game for good. And only 20 seconds now left in the round. They just have to force into this T take. And fortunately for them, they have used all the smokes up on the CT side. 2 men waiting here. Step biding his time here at Spools. Not going to peek until they have to plant. Only 10 seconds on the clock. So if the planter goes down, it's an insta win. And I don't think they have time. They're actually going to. Oh yeah, planter goes down. That's the round.
Blowing nerds up through the smoke.
Yeah, just destroyed. So they tried to take with only 18 seconds on the clock, and at that point, there's only one place the T's are really going to come from that's a threat. So he just sprays through the smoke, catches them jumping through. They almost even got the plant, but that's all they should have really got. They just died one by one, and that's going to be, yeah, the round over. It looks like we're...
Yeah, that was me, like, in between rounds while we were paused trying to join T-side just to tell him, like, hey, like, we're cool to chill for a little bit while he reconnects.
Oh, okay.
It's just like, hey, the game's not going that great for us, man. Just like they don't need another player. So yeah, no, that was my bad. So that's okay. Fortunately, we got the pause and I got the hell out of there quick enough. So, all right, round number 11. We have an A2 lead for Concordia right now. We're getting a little bit closer to halftime, but really dominating performance so far from Concordia on their CT side, Inferno. And this time around, Concordia playing a little bit more aggressive than they have been on B side. We have Scrawny now switching from A side to B with the op and going to see if he could get a pick. We do have one player looking to peek him, and Elements, be careful. Don't do it, man.
Shadow Claw, not a very effective flash. It doesn't really flash anyone from behind car in that position, so you got to toss it a little bit higher above the roof. And unfortunately for that, yeah, it's going to punish his teammate. Elements goes down right away due to the AWP, and now they're just going to swarm through mid, but Bloody right on the flank, able to get a double spray down, looking for a third, but he's going to get dropped from XTS here in Apps, and well, it's actually not completely over. There's only one man left here on CT, but it's Lucid Truth hiding in the pit. He's going to be able to just stall as much as he wants. Even if he gets one kill, he's won it. He gets the double spray down.
Pretty. How
Just
pretty.
clean up, perfect spray control from Concordia. Lucid winning the round for his team, and that's going to set them up for a 9-2 lead and forcing now the save. Finally, no plant for them this time, and Arizona is dead broke.
Yeah, unfortunate scenario. They're going to have to end up saving, so they'll have probably one more gun round in them, or a nice one, at least one more clean gun round from them coming out. But pistols versus these shooters from Concordia, definitely going to be a tough uphill battle. And We will see, though, again, there still is time, and there's going to be rounds available for them to try to potentially maybe do something over on CT side themselves, but look at them just trying to somehow find a way into B side, and Scrawny not about that life. And, Doodle Doodle says, man. Gets that nade and also a deke right behind there.
Ooh, this flash is going to be perfect. The molly drop in the first, Bloody getting a double spray down to win the round, so no problem losing that AWP. He was quick on the rotate. Molotov grabs the first kill. Flash didn't really matter in that situation. Still able to clean up the terrorists. So
Concordia is the 1%, man. Like, they have so much money, it doesn't even matter. Like, drop an op, he could buy like 2 autos and still buy another gun after that if he wants to.
Yeah, we're gonna see a Negev round come. No, I'm just kidding. They have a lot of bank, and yeah, there's not really too much fear. Although, I guess if they lose this round, they might scramble on the 15th. I guess if they lose 2 consecutive, but odds are not looking towards that. They're probably set up. Nice boost coming out here. They're going to be able to spot terrorists. Scrawny, he's going to see the head. He gets the
he got him!
Perfect
He got
play.
him!
Yeah, Scrawny just played him like a book. They know how much pressure they're putting into Banana early round, and that's just a perfect punish. Great mindset to be able to think of that play.
Well, we have Arizona trying to come in here in the B side, but are already losing quite a few of their numbers right now, and already Smoke gonna hold them up a little bit longer. Meanwhile, on the flank, Element's turning around, getting a nice shot on Lucid Truth. There is one CT player still back on A site, going through apartments. That's Bloody, and it's probably good that he's going to sit back. Going to head up to Graveyard, a good little position where he's going to be able to spot and hear any Ts if they do decide to come along. It's a 3-on-3, so this is manageable for Arizona if they play this out correctly. But as you can see already, Scrawny sort of playing that kind of middle position in between both sides. Going to head on back, and if they give him enough time to set up, we've seen what he's been able to do so far this match. It's not a good... It's not a great idea to challenge him. Oh, just barely. They miss each other. They miss each other going on arch side. How is this happening?
Yeah, but he heard one of them, so a lot of noise being made by XTS. That's going to give it away, and Elements, thankfully, here on the flank, but he's not going to expect this Opera here. He's still able to get by. So surprising, but on the stop, or here to stop the push is 2-step. On the B site, quick cleanup, and this is looking like just a dominating performance. Every opening that Arizona gets is just being put down by Concordia.
Well, what are you seeing this game right now? Watching Arizona's T side right now, a lot of it, they're not doing a lot of setups. I mean, they're walking up towards a site or towards a pathway, and they're getting smoked off, and they're just kind of hanging, chilling, waiting for a pick. They're not doing a lot of setting up themselves. I think we saw a couple times they tried to do a couple of B smoke strats, but after that they've kind of given up on it a little bit. I mean, I think it's one of the problems. They're just not having a good time initiating. They're not setting themselves up for sort of success in a sense. Like, they're just, I don't know, they're letting Concordia position themselves however they want them.
Yeah, it feels a lot like they're just kind of playing that pick style of play and trying to find openings where they can. And while it has worked a couple times, more often than not, they're just getting smoked off and delayed. So even right now, they're putting pressure on Banana. They were able to waste a smoke or two, but more than anything, they haven't really forced the CTs to make any crazy decisions. They're still just setting up 3-2. They're able to kind of rotate as they please. The only real pressure they put on is Banana, but they're still like retaining a lot of utilities. So Bloody with a Molotov, 40 seconds left. 2-step with a Molotov, 40 seconds left. That means they can basically stall for the rest of the round. Each Molotov lasts about 12 seconds, and well, B is an impossible task. So their only option here is towards A. Finally finds a pick. Shadowclaw with the P250 picks up the AK-47, and I don't think he's going to check here towards Pit. Lucid Truth finds 1 kill. Mac-10 jumping from the sky, can't drop him, and well, that's going to be the round. Last terrorist left on site, stuck between a rock and a hard place, and yeah, they're taking too long, and unless they put pressure early,
that right there, because you're looking to see. I mean, again, you're a much better player than I am, so please chime in on this one. In terms of theory crafting, when you're letting a team like Concordia, smoke off, position for a long time, and then drop the clock down to a low amount of numbers, it's actually not a bad thing for them if they're listening closely, right? Because they're going to be able to make the calls, the adjustments, the rotations pretty quickly. So not a lot of time doesn't really
this is their best bet. P90 rush. Element isn't going to check his back. This could be a huge opening. Bloody grabs 1 kill only. smoothly. Elements actually turns around and trades it there from Pool, so that was their best opportunity. No smokes in play. They just rush through, catch him off guard, and, well, it looks like that was the play to make against Concordia.
Yeah, you could see Concordia. They've been lullabied like hell for the past like 6 rounds. they're just all of a sudden gunfire coming in. They just freak out, pick up their guns, just trying to get some shot off.
Yeah, retake isn't over. There's a gap in the smoke. Bad Wolf follows the tracers. There's an offer here. So close, picks up the M4. So Lucid Truth now. Bad Wolf above the smoke. Not a lot of time though. They have to commit to this retake. Grabs the guy from Enoa. Can he turn around in time to grab the kill? No time on the clock. That'll be a 3rd round here for University of Arizona, and hey, maybe that's all they needed. We're seeing a little bit of life come out of them, and it seems like their best plays are the ones that are just huge shock factors, and just running through B right off the bat gave no time for Concordia to react, and well, they grabbed the last round. And sometimes, well, it's theorized by a lot of people that just grabbing that last round and a half could be enough confidence and momentum to grab you that pistol as well. So hopefully for Arizona, they don't go for any too many crazy plays. And, well, we're seeing the straight-up default. So Flash coming in mid from Elements. They're going to go for the peek. Double peek here at mid, not finding anything. And Bomb all the way at alt mid. So they're setting up for an A push. Smokes set up. They're going to get one here towards Arch. Another smoke looks like... Actually, just the one smoke here at Arch. So that's going to at least give them truck side to explore, but... that will also force a CT rotate.
Do you see this happening again? Arizona's not setting up anything at all. They're not smoking themselves. They're just letting Concordia once again set up and then get kind of clean position.
Ooh, but Elements, yeah, grabs a double kill, and that's all he's going to get. So, yeah, like you said, no real defense put into place. They had a crossfire set up, but it just gets dominated by the Glock train. And, well, USP now on Lucid. This could be pretty... violent and detrimental here to the CTs if he one-taps them. And, well, the jig is up, giving away the information. Shadowclaw opting for the apartment play, and this could catch Bloody off guard. He's going to start to hear the footsteps, not enough time to react. He's too in the moment, doesn't hear it, but he turns around, grabs the kill anyway, and that'll be Concordia's 13th round, rather. And this is most likely the game, but hey, we've seen crazy things happen. But yeah, again, like you said, they really just didn't have a setup there on the site, and they just ran over them.
This is a map where you have to, I think, use smokes. Like, there's certain maps, like your dust that you can mess around with and, take your op battles, and just generally because the map usually a little more with familiarity, you can kind of anticipate where they're going to be at. But on a map like this, Inferno, especially on B side and A, like, when you're on defense, you have to be using smokes. You have to take pathways away. There's a lot of entry points from T side if it's used properly. So right now, they're trying to kind of mimic a little bit of their previous strat right here, going for A, but not having as great of a time trying to get on through. It's a 3-on-3. They're trying to find Elements over here for... Oh, they get him for Arizona. There we go. Lucid Truth. And now we're down to a 3-on-2. XTC and Shadowclaw, the remaining players, and now XTC goes down. Shadowclaw by himself. Oh, to get Lucid Truth. Not bad. Good shot, but now he's got to take a 1-on-2 retaining B site, and I think he's just going to save. I don't know. Is it worth it to save at this point, a scout?
Yeah, it's kind of 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. You're not going to win the round with 13 HP, so there's no point of retaking, but at the same time... highly unlikely that gun's going to be valuable into the next round, especially without armor. I'm sure he'll buy armor, but again, a scout, it is good. It can be really good. We saw, Elements play really well that round with it, got 2 kills, but his teammates weren't really set up to do anything with it, and he was able to tag another player as well, so he basically did 2.5, or killed like half the team with that scout. But because the pistol players didn't chime in at the right times and really group up, go for those trades, they weren't really to make anything out of it, and they just got broken down one at a time. So, yeah, you see those rounds won a lot at a high level, more often than you do maybe in the matchmaking and whatnot, but unfortunately, Concordia just ran through them, stuck together like they should, didn't try and just play picks on the anti-eco, just ran in.
Let's see if the scout save... works for Elements. He actually got a shot off, I think, on one of them, right? I think he got Bloody. He did. he got him for 70. Brutal.
Toodles.
And now he gets a pit. Oh no, that was Toodles. I was about to say that scout save worked, man. It worked.
Sick shot though, and he's gonna commit. He gets impatient, waiting for someone to peek. Scrawny will give him that peek. near headshot out of Toodle Noodles, but that might be the opening to call for a B rotate. Yeah, that one kill is gonna pull over the 0-man of Elements, and well, the T's really don't have a lot of map control. CT's kind of squared up here, one boosted up, or one towards apps rather, and another one under porch, and now they're gonna split up, try and look for information. One pushing all the way into alt. This is a huge play from Shadowclaw. He doesn't even need to push, but he looks like he's a man on a mission. Probably gonna get punished by Bad Wolf. Flicks just in time, gets the spray, only dropped down to 50, and he keeps pushing. 22 HP remaining on this man. He is pretty much containing the entire team. Really doesn't need to commit to a peek, but he looks hungry. He wants to take an engagement here at Banana, but he'll bide his time. Now the bomb's pushing into sight. I don't know why Elements is rotated, but it doesn't matter. It's going to be held off by XTS. He finds a double kill. It's up to Bloody now on a 1-on-3 to make this happen.
Ooh, Retro almost getting one through the smoke as well, but going to be a tough round to finish up for Bloody, sitting around 30 HP, ends up getting dropped by Retro. And that's another round for University of Arizona. If that's 4-14, 2 rounds potentially get, you know, that leeway round, those 2 rounds needed for Concordia to get the win. But it is a little bit more of a CT-sided map, like you mentioned. If Arizona plays it properly, they do have a chance. They do have a chance. Obviously, probability might not be in their favor in the long run, but we've seen numerous times obnoxious comebacks here in the CSL, and multi-round comebacks as well. So we'll see. I mean, who knows? Maybe Concordia will just kind of hold off, save for a few rounds, make sure that they have the money to get the guns they need, and come up with a plan. Now, they did go for B that time around. It seems like they've had a little bit more success going on A. I would expect them, once they get guns back up again, to do that once again. But as you see, the pistols not doing too much versus the guns of Arizona right now. We're trying to work apartments. It's always a scary place to be, and I don't like being in apartments. It's like fighting in corridors.
Ooh, this is where Daddy makes his money. I'm an app lurker on T-side, so I love abusing boiler and just popping out at odd timings, and just waterfalling out balcony on eco rounds. I'll just call for my team like Tech 9 rush apps, and
yeah, that's the thing. Like if you're a good CT, I'm on T-side. I'm like, all right, I check that room, I check that door. Looking at that lurker hall. Nope, don't see anybody there. Oh shit, I forgot to look at dark. It's just like I get popped in the back.
Just like Scrawny right now, runs out. Actually almost able to get the kill onto the porch player, but yeah, there's so many angles to check. A guy just sitting on balcony. Like you said, there's a lot of different angles to check, and one of the reasons many pros dislike Inferno, because if you're coming up on A site, let's just say you're coming in through truck side, there are probably about 9 or 10 different angles that a CT could hold. And that's crazy. The fact that there's 9 spots you have to check. I believe Steel does an overview on it, so you can see him specifically break down in detail every single location, from truck to pit to site to graveyard to plateau or balcony, mini balc, right? People can boost up onto a porch roof, and there's just so many different off angles that you can play that make it really hard as a T to get control of bracket. And I see that time and time again. If the terrorists can get that bracket control at top mid, they'll often have a lot more options. And well, regardless, even if you get it, you could still be running into the crossfire. So default setup come out. Now we have a buy round.
I was gonna say, put yourself in, kind of in a position of T side, like as a play caller. What kind of strats do you like seeing on this map?
Yeah, there's kind of a lot of bait plays you can do with smokes. You can catch a lot of CTs off guard, maybe giving up arch. I often like to take one side of mid, so I'll like to take arch right after the smokes disappear. You'll pop flash through mid, just grab that bracket control, and it can allow you to start to sniff out where the CTs are playing and maybe take arch control early, which really separates the entire team. So I put a lot of pressure on arch side. I think that's one of the biggest rotation spots for CTs, and you can catch them either rotating or really avoiding the area altogether. And yeah, now here we see XTS caught by himself. This is where I'd call for the team to chase. You really got to chase this guy down, and well, unfortunately they opt to go for truck side and fall right into the blender, and that is not a decision I would have made in this position. But regardless, Elements, Toodle Noodles trying to chase down this last T player. Scrawny just trying to save this off. He's going to get jump
no.
too off of an angle for him to take. Even if he got the first kill, he was going to get instantly traded. So, hey, like you said, a little bit of life. Winning that scout round, Toodle Noodles with the scout on the previous force buy, plus the pistols. It didn't work the first time, but second time was the charm. And, well, they've been building off that momentum. Now 3 rounds in a row, breaking the economy yet again, and really forcing Concordia into a hard situation.
Mm-hmm. Well, Concordia right now, in terms of players, they've got 2 guys up to 22 frags and 4 players total in double figures right now with a 2-step and... Ooh, hold on just a second. Toodle Noodles, Toodaloo, Ta-da-la.
Almost gets dropped.
One more! Oh! I was about to say, almost gets one more, but ends up getting Kobe'd. A little bit of BM from Scrawny, making sure he doesn't get the full ace right there, but 4 on 1.
Really cool detail by Scrawny, I want to point out. Grabs the op and chucks it. And they're all looking for it. So, really subtle but really smart play. That's going to be 47.50 to rebuy now. So, Toodle Noodles probably confused, like, where'd my op go?
Yeah.
And, or not Toodle, Elements. Sorry, Toodle Noodles with the 4K that round with the rifle. So, yeah, that's actually a pretty huge blow to their economy. Obviously, 2 of the players sitting comfortably well over 8K, but the other 3 not necessarily as set up for the next couple rounds if anything goes wrong. But Arizona, nothing can go wrong for them. They're on the road to get this comeback. Perfect crossfire. There's one of those positions, caught off guard on the roof of Porch, and Retro gets 2 before going down to the P250. Fast play by Bloody, insta-dinked by Shadow Claw, so he's just playing around this box that you see Flusher playing so well, and, well, it looks like he's doing a little reenactment of it. Dip dodging and diving, so that'll be an 8th round now for Arizona. It's going to be that momentum, that confidence that they've kind of built up since that force buy. It's really looking kind of healthy for them, to be honest.
Well, that's what, 5 rounds in a row? Yeah, that's 5 rounds in a row for University of Arizona, so doing a great job of building up their own bank, and on top of that, really doing a good job of holding down Concordia on both sides as well, so it's not just a big B advantage that we've been seeing. Now they're showing that they're able to hold it on A side as well. So out of Concordia, definitely... We're still looking to see a little bit more strategy, a little bit more setup, a bit more commitment as well. It seems like both these teams on CT side, when they get a little bit more time to set up and kind of gather information, it's obviously advantageous for them.
To be fair, sorry to interrupt you, but
no,
I'm watching XTS. I think this is the man to abuse. In fact, they've rotated a second man to Arch. You know, not necessarily because of him, but because this is a huge opening. The one man playing Arch. You could really just drop him. It looks like he's one of the weaker players right now. I believe he's actually a stand-in for Travis. So, you know, that could be the opening they're looking for. But they already have 4 CTs here. Retro getting the first kill, unable to drop the second one, and well, smoke down an Arch could give them a little opening. They're gonna molly off. Oh no, Toodle pushes.
Oh.
The YOLO play out of him, kind of unnecessary. But Elements gonna ground sight, looking for more. He's already got the rotate into play as well. Scrawny running through the smoke with the bomb. The ultimate Hail Mary. That's going to end the round now for Arizona. They had a chance on that 2-on-3, but that'll be it. Dropping the bomb behind the smoke in such a terrible position is obviously not an easy matter to try and recover from. So yeah, we're starting to see this comeback. And, you know, commentator's curse probably about to come into effect. They're about to lose this round, but
hey, we didn't call anything at all this game.
That's true. That's true.
I'm sure. I'm like, I mean, sure I didn't. I'm just like, there's no way that I would call a game, especially with some of the craziness that we've seen here. But 14-9, Concordia is still leading, but economy not going to be too well for them if they end up losing this round as well. Going full AK by. Personally, watching how this game has been going, I would love to see Scrawny put an op on himself again and play a little bit more mid-play, or at least play that back position where he could maybe get a pick on B. But these AK buys are not going that great for them. You know, the lack of distance is kind of hurting them. They're just looking to get these close fights, and we'll see if they can maybe get on to B. But so far, so good from Arizona. They're holding it really well.
Yeah, that was actually a sick pop flash. That forced Elements to run straight back and really give up that very advantageous position.
Boosting? Oh, they're thinking about
yeah, he's going to go for the safe boost. Yeah, very smart. His teammate wanted to boost from close barrel, and that could have got him killed, especially with Scrawny trying to boost up here on Haykart. So good call of him to do that safe boost. Elements now going to try and repeat, look for this goes for the late peek to not get caught in a random spray, and Bad Wolf finding the entry. This is what they needed. Concordia now going to opt for this B push, but Toodle Noodles boosted up. Could be the perfect position. First op pick gets the first spray. Can't find the second, but Elements chimes in to finish his work, and, well, now it's only up to 2 terrorists here to take the site. They are able to find it bloody. Man of the hour right now.
How good was that by Bad Wolf? By just getting that one pick off by Arch side, it kept both the CTs on A site. That pick just meant so much for him. Imagine if he wasn't able to get that pick and all that noise was still around B. They would have rotated much sooner. So now Arizona putting themselves in a position where they might have a harder retake.
Bad Wolf doesn't need to peek from here. He's so low on HP, but Shadowclaw, he's running out of time, trying to go for a jump peek there, both entirely low. Can't find anything in the perfect crossfire by Concordia. Commentator's curse, I knew it was coming in. I gave hope to U of A, and, well, unfortunately it falls apart for them in the 24th round. Yeah, no, you're right. Match point only. This is still CT sided. We are playing Inferno.
Hey, if they were able to take 6 rounds, I would imagine they're able to take 6 rounds again if they tried.
Okay, I like that. I like that.
Scrawny has an op now, so he's doing what I wanted to see out of him. He's playing that mid position, which I wanted to see out of him. So that mid control could be nice, as you mentioned earlier. It's a nice area to try to take control of. But as you see, Arizona kind of just not wanting to play that game. They learned from their own CT side that playing against their own T side playing against Scrawny didn't end up favoring them too well. So gonna see if they can maybe just wait it out. A lot of smokes coming in through mid and looking to get a pick. They still haven't committed just yet, but
Scrawny was in a cool position where he could have peeked as the smoke was pluming, and that would have been such a good kill and really important. But yeah, that's going to allow them to have Arch control. XTS falls here into Cubby. He's been playing this closet the entire time, and well, it could get predictable from now on. I don't know if he's really revealed it too many times, though. I think he's been pretty silent about that position, and well, it could just be enough to catch him off guard. Really improper smoke coming into play. That's going to be a huge gap, but the flash will be a little insurance, but they haven't really pushed this. So Lucid Truth trying to find a pick. Yeah, it's such a huge gap here, and that's going to allow perfect crossfire. XTS chimes in from Arch side, and well, it's kind of falling apart again now for Concordia.
Yeah, taking a little bit long to try to get their setup going, giving a lot of information, and once again having a few players sort of lurking around. Bad Wolf once again trying to get a pick, but this is a little bit of a different scenario. Not having Bad Wolf on A side creates a little bit of a harder just take on position. But oh my goodness, Bad Wolf, unfortunate right there, not able to connect and back on A side. Not enough time for Scrawny to pull anything off. That was unfortunate. Yeah, that was just. I mean, at that point, if it's a 3-on-3, you shouldn't be lurking around. I mean, you should be probably trying to take the side if you can. Though they are up 15. They were up 15-9, so saving those 3. Well, I guess saving just the op would have been good enough.
And just as a little memo to you who maybe just tuned in, University of Arizona CSGO is not a T. I don't know if they can see that on stream, but to me, their team name says U of A CSGO T. I don't think that's a brand of tea you can order, so don't look that up. I don't think that's the case, but here comes just the YOLO play, dropping through balcony, and they're just getting sprayed one by one. They tried to jump through the smoke and not able to find anything from that, so Op, the only man to have a weapon bot this round. They did armor buy, so was trying to be the risky play, see if the Opper can find anything, but they didn't really give it a chance to. In that situation, you usually want the pistol players to bait for you and give you an opening as an op player so you can re-peek and find the trade. And, well, they just, 3 of them funneled out of apps and did the waterfall strat. That's not going to work at all. And, well, that's going to confuse the CTs a bit. Now they really have to save, considering, well, they're only left with probably 2 more rifle rounds into the end.
Well, Concordia has been really YOLOing their eco rounds. Like, they haven't really been doing a lot of setup. It's just been a lot of rushing out and trying to, just get shots off as best they can. So, waiting to see again once they get guns. Two-Step has bought one for some reason. I'm not sure why he did. Not a complete, I guess, full eco for him. Still good guns for our University of Arizona boys. As you mentioned, yeah, that T brand right there. I don't know if I'd want it, man. I don't know if I'd want it just yet. We'll see. We'll see if they win. I'll go out and buy an Arizona tee, man, just for the sake of celebration. go out and buy Arizona T.
Well, we had
That's
a T-nade
that-
coming
do you-
in,
do you
or
know,
a
actually?
team-nade in this
Yeah,
case.
I was gonna say, I'm just like, you know what inflation hasn't touched? Arizona tea. Like that's still like the cheapest, like one of the best cheapest drinks you could buy. $1, man.
That's true.
Shout
So
out
is
to
that, are they
Arizona
trying to
tea.
tell us something? Are they? Is this insider information? They're saying like go big on Arizona tea because
Yeah, I'm like trying to
Oh.
come up with like a shit post in my head, be like, just like, yeah, so Arizona T is 100. Yeah, patch whatever just came on out. Nuke is, you know, the distance from A to B is like 100 yards or something like that. like Gavin is trying to talk to us, like Half-Life 3 is coming out right now. Be like, oh god.
I think Arizona tea is about to sponsor a pro team.
Why wouldn't they though? Think about it. It's like, especially if that like seems
That's
like-
true. I know a lot
No,
of gamers that love that stuff. You know, cheap drinks from the gas station is what we live on. So that'd be smart.
Cheap rounds for Arizona right now as well. Look at this. That was fast. And once again, YOLO through the eco. This is a potentially. Are they gonna eco this round as well?
Yeah, interesting. They did buy pistol
Ooh.
armor in the previous one, and they are low on funds. So they keep kind of trying to force, and they're gonna half buy this round. So smart of them. Use up half your income, considering you're gonna have enough for AK armor, full nades next round. Actually, yeah, they will. Even without a plant, they'll still be able to full AK buy this in the following round. So good purchase from them, just grabbing some armor pistols and a UMP from Bad Wolf, but they're not really doing anything with it. They had so much success just rushing through B and getting that plant on site. That was the only round they've won this half, and I would have liked to see them opt for that again, considering they're on a light buy, and, well, it's kind of one of those rounds you can go for a risky play.
Oh, Loose Truth almost getting a little bit of a pick off right there. Toodle Noodles able to get back though. Yeah, they're gonna try to bring it down to the very last round to see if we end up going to overtime or if potentially Concordia can close it out. Having some struggles right now on T side, just as Arizona has had. But 4 on 5, only really one gun available for them. Not a great gun though. They're looking to maybe go back to B right now. Yeah, currently favoring B with the bomb over there. Bad Wolf, once again, their lurker, looking to see if he can keep some of the players at A, make some noise. But here they go.
Yeah,
See,
Molly,
Toodle Noodles
flash
can hold.
coming out. Bloody just pushes right past the smoke. Scrawny able to trade, but that's going to be the only kill they get. 20 seconds on the clock. They're going to have to just push through this, but a CT already rotated from spawn. They're going to have a perfect crossfire, but XTS grabbing the first kill.
Oh!
Pulls out the USB,
Nice
gets the spray,
shot.
and yeah, this will be match point now for, well, it's been match point the whole game, but this will be map point. It's up to Concordia to try and grab their 16th round on round 30, and, well, they haven't had a lot of success, only getting the 3 rounds this half to, assure the overtime, but they need a 4th. They started this game 11 or 12-3 the first half, and, well, only able to get 3 T rounds, the pistol and the following, and now 6 rounds in a row. Can they do it again? Elements
Oh!
gets the first pick on Banana. That's a huge kill. And this is going to be an opening. Elements gets caught.
Oh!
He gets the kill, pushes, grabs Bloody there, trying to hold on to pillars, and this could be overtime. This could be the unexpected happening. Like you said, you can never call it too soon in CSL. These games have shown us time and time again they can go to the bitter end, and we're seeing it again. They are in a desperate situation. 2-step, trying to push through Boiler, trying to find something. Molotov coming in. Retro, he's going to get a first kill. Unable to spray down the second, but they have pick control.
Kobe.
Shadow Claw grabs the Kobe, and,
Curry.
well, Bad Wolf, he's stuck behind a Molotov. Double Molotov. Grabs the first kill, actually, but dies to the fire. XTS jumps up. Or a Shadow Claw in this case. Would have found it. And the amazing comeback by Arizona, even with a stand-in, able to get 12 rounds on their CT side, 6 consecutive twice.
Unbelievable. Unbe-freaking-lievable. Arizona holding strong. Again, a lot of teams at this point in time with that score at halftime would be very dreadful. Like, a lot of the comebacks we've seen when we talk about them, they're usually about, maybe 6 to 5, like 6 to 9, 10 to 5, not 12 to 3. Like, the amount of rounds that they're able to get back on CT side is obnoxious, even for Inferno at their level. So really nice job by Arizona. Can't be stated enough. But we got overtime, guys. We got freaking overtime. We got overtime.
Yeah, and now here comes the aggression. Bad Wolf pushing in, catching Toodle Noodles off guard regardless.
Toodle Noodles.
Yeah, whatever, you know, it works both ways, and, well, they have the smoke up as well, so CT has to rotate here through construction, but he's not. He's gonna wait, gets flash, and he can't find the spray. Bloody had an easy kill. XTS grabbing a double Molotov here on the defense, and, well, a guy I called out early game has surely stepped up as he's, you know, found his way onto the scoreboard, but a double kill from Lucid, making it look a lot closer than it was, and, yeah, wow, they had a perfect situation. Bloody missing that spray might have been the kill that kind of made it fall apart, but regardless, XTS with a double Molotov kill hold, and it seems as if University of Arizona has found their footing. They are,
dude,
you know,
how
they're
have the
skipping.
times have changed? Looking at Arizona right now, we almost have all 5 players from Arizona in not only double figures, but in the 20-plus frag range. So definitely a wonderful comeback. Shots being made. I think a big part of it is right now is actually Elements. Toodle Noodles and Elements. Their B side holding has really made it complicated for Concordia to try to attempt to take that side, forcing them to think about A. But then again, you look at it, you know, XTC has been hitting his shots as well. They've done a great job of setting up that middle kind of crossfire right there going into A. So I would imagine 2 more rounds probably coming for Arizona here on CT side. They haven't really faltered too much.
Yeah, Elements holding this off angle, or not the off angle, but the bush angle, and, well, that's an easy kill for him. Good movement, able to find that headshot, and that should scare them away from B, and that's exactly what we're seeing University read onto it. They bring a 4th towards A, considering that's what we've seen Concordia do time and time again. They don't get the B control, and they fall off. They get scared, and, well, maybe this is the round 2 go B. This could be the perfect play, and they're going to set up some smokes. Molotov coming in. Might scare them a bit, but Molotov generally not as scary as smoke, because smokes last so long. Definitely a lot more detrimental, and here comes the smoke play. This could be perfect. Only one man here. They have to drop Elements. He gets the first kill, goes for another peek. Perfect play by Bad Wolf, and Bomb's going to go down. Can the spool players, Toodle Noodles gets one, falls back, waits for his team, and, well, perfect play by him as well. He's just going to bide his time and let the T's, you know, kind of fall back, but it's going to give him a lot more angles as the CT's coming for the retake, up to 2-step, last man alive. He's going to have to pull off an insane play. Gabs the first, unable to. It looked like he was going to get at least 1 spray down, and yeah, perfect cleanup from Arizona, and yeah, we're just seeing a complete turnaround of defensive play. They're just playing it to a T right now.
Now look at what's happening right now. We have Arizona. Not only have they come back massively on their CT side in a regular duration. Now we're in overtime. They're still getting rounds. If they get these 3, we're going to have a very interesting scenario where Concordia is going to have to motivate themselves and really tighten up their emotions when it comes to when they get on the CT side. I'm a little worried. I'm a little worried about them because, I mean, on top of all these problems, I don't know if they're going to be hitting shots if they get on CT side. Right now it's just one of those things. They seem like they're in a bit of a funk. They're not able to find openings. They're not able to hit the same shots that they were able to do. And Arizona's just rolling. I mean, 17-15 in OT right now, looking to take this 3rd overtime round. And by the way,
yeah,
tweet out, if you guys are watching right now, tweet out on your Twitters, twitch.tv/CStarLeague2. What are you doing not letting your friends know that esports is on right now? Do your daily due diligence. Hit up Facebook, hit up Twitter, hit us up with a post, letting us...
Ooh, fast B play. Yep. This could be it from Concordia. This could be what they needed, but the doctor has ordered to rotate 2 CTs here. Shadowclaw grabbing 1, but perfect trades now, but the CTs are here fast. Double kill by Toodle Noodles. Grabs 1 Toodle, grabs another Noodle, and that's going to be an easy round now for Arizona. 2-man retake. They're going to have to line up shock style for him, but Scrawny holding close. He actually might be able to find this. MP7 not strong enough, and clean half with a double Kobe kill. Perfect play by Arizona.
What do you call a double Kobe then? That's
Toodle Noodle. That's what we call it.
We call it the Toodle Noodle. He just got Toodle Noodled. I like that. It sounds like offensive enough to just get you rustled if you get hit by it. You're just like, you just got Toodle Noodled. You're like, oh, I know.
You let the salt flow through you.
Yeah.
Or the noodles. Yeah, definitely. Wow, Arizona has impressed me for sure. They were looking so weak on their terrorist side, but so have Concordia. Both teams have just been unable to really penetrate much more than the B site. It seems as if both teams only getting the one A site two-step now. Switching it up, Concordia is like, hey, you can win 3 buy rounds in a row, we can win 3 buy rounds in a row. This is Inferno, and well, both teams have the same advantage, both having that CT side. And yeah, they really don't need to go for a pick now. They got that first entry, and really you just got to play trades and go for the passive role now if you're the CT side of Concordia.
Well, we're watching something very similar to what we saw earlier today when Arizona was on their T side. Once again, Concordia setting up the smokes, very slow play coming out of Arizona once again, allowing them to get information. Already one pick out of the way for our CT players, and now they're going to try to penetrate A. This time around, though, they are smoking, so let's see how this ends up going. I like this much better. This is something that they did not do a lot of when they were on T-side originally.
Good counter flash by the CT. Scrawny somehow able to live from balcony. He was so exposed in that situation, but he does get killed on Shadow Claw, and it's all falling apart. Toodle Noodles with the TK might be the opening. XTS coming in for the flank. Actually, he's shooting the teammate, but Arizona looks like they're about to clean up this game. They have 3-on-2 now, unable to hit the spray on Bloody, and, well, yeah, it's all up to two-step. He's going to have to step it up right now.
Look at the difference, man. Look at the difference. Them just setting it up so nicely allowed them to get those opening in those positions. It wasn't clean, shots and crossfire. Finally, Arizona playing a really nice T-side round after a very long, winded, T-side the first time around. And nice. Toodle Noodles with one more. Can we give him the MVP tonight? Can we give him the MVP? I think we can.
Yeah, I nominate
4Ks, double Kobe's, just
hit that scout shot, man.
25 frags.
Definitely let's get some back spam in the chat, because that was some sick play by him.
And a bunch of Operation Wildfire cases. Congrats, boys. What a great night of CSGO. That turned out to be a lot better than I thought, this night was going to be after the patch and everything else that happened.
Right, exactly. It was looking like, oh, well, we're probably not getting a game tonight, to getting a pretty fun game, and well, Arizona upsetting Concordia, and doesn't mean much for them, but unfortunately Concordia was so close. They had the chance for that 3rd seed spot, and I'm pretty sure that's going to crush their hopes and dreams. I think they are probably out of it now for as far as qualifying for playoffs goes. Am I correct?
Yeah, let me look at this really quick. I'm hoping the picture loads. There we go. All right, so coming into tonight, Concordia was 3-2 in their spring division. They were in the 4th seed right there. If they won, they could have been a half a game behind University of Georgia. Arizona 1-3, potentially could have been 2-3 as well. They actually, in an interesting scenario, the Kansas State result is still not announced, which I don't know if that's a forfeit win for them or if they haven't played yet. But if they win, that barks them up to 2-3. Oddly enough, they would maybe swap for the 4th position, but still they are out completely out of playoffs, unfortunately. Concordia, though, now in dire straits as well. They're at 3-3 on the spring. That keeps them at the 4th seed, and that distances them by 2 games to University of Georgia. So tough position to be in for Concordia. They still maybe have a small outside shot because it's not a clean top 3 that are going to be going, because it is top 3, but it's a 32-man bracket, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it should be a 32-team bracket, so it's going to be a couple extra teams that are going to make it into the playoffs. They might maybe vie for one of those wild card spots, but it's still a tough position to be in. Arizona played their spoiler role correctly tonight. They played it absolutely to the T, so congrats to them for the win. A lot of pride on the line for that one, at least in that regards. And they're definitely showing why they were 6-1 in the fall, why they're one of the top competitors in the CSL still in my eyes. But no playoffs most likely for either team now, sadly. So that's kind of what they're going to have to deal with going forward. Overall, great night of CSGO. To everyone that plays CSGO, go patch really quick. Go check out the new patch. Nuke is in the game now. We're obviously going to be back on Saturday with more CSGO. And we will be featuring... let me scroll up to my own notes. We're going to be featuring University of California, Berkeley versus Miami, and Western Washington versus Appalachian State. So those should be a couple of great matches as well. Some more playoff implications on the line, including Western looking to take one of the top seeds. And then we head over to Wednesday, where we'll have Maryland College Park versus UC Davis and Georgia Tech versus Texas A&M. So 2 remaining broadcasts for the regular season of CSGO, and then we're off into playoff land, which that is going to be so much fun. all the top teams. I'm really excited. I think that's going to be a lot of fun to watch and see how the top 32 compete now.
Yeah, and those playoffs have a lot on the line as well, right? That's the land spot for DreamHack, and I'm sure everyone is salivating over that position, that chance, and yeah, it looks like that's going to be the first night for our week 13. We have one more week coming up, right? Our last week. So yeah, we'll be back Saturday as well. So stay tuned for that. We go live at 4 p.m. Central. And yeah, give our social medias a follow, guys. Facebook and Twitter at Collegiate CSGO. And as well as, my Twitter, you can follow me at jzilk. You can follow my good friend CHL. I believe it's CSL.
At Cheesehead Logic.
It's Cheesehead Logic? Oh, that's a good. That's nice. No numbers. You're a lucky one there. Nice.
We're clean. I like, and I'd be really scared to give it up now. Like somebody else will take it. So I like my little Twitter tag. As always, guys, every single game, every single thing that we do here at the Collegiate Star League this season is brought to you by Aces Republic of Gamers. If you guys are looking for any peripherals, gear, esports stuff, anything that you're looking for, they're going to be able to hook you up. They have some of the best gear. I have some of their monitors. I have some of their computer parts in my computer, and it makes my shit run so well. So big thanks to them, and they're obviously going to be providing and helping us with DreamHack setup as well. So we're going to be using those computers as well. So big thank you to them. They're so goddamn awesome. And obviously Twitch TV for sponsoring the CSL, featuring our matches, and just being one of the greatest providers of streaming and just general esports coverage overall. We thank you for watching tonight. We'll see you back on Saturday. You nerds, stay lovely, sleep tight, and we'll see you then.
Peace.